Hi everyone, so it is about that time again where Spellbinders releases their new club kits, which happens on the first of the month. So what I'm going to show you here is basically everything for the month. So they did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. Any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. I try to include some information about the club. And I think the last couple times I've probably forgotten to mention, if you are already a club member, you have until the 5th to make any changes, and then you will, on the 5th that closes, and then your items will go out or ship out shortly after that. If you are a new club member or you want to become a club member of any of the different things, the value clubs or a single thing or whatever it is that you want to do, you have until, I think, about a week before the month ends. So there's usually like a blackout week towards the end of the month, so you cannot sign up at that time for what I'm showing you here, which is the March club kits. And then again, it'll open up again April 1st, right? And then again, if you're already a club member, you can make changes and do things like that. You can add clubs later in the month too if you're already a club member. It's just that if you want to make any changes to what you're currently doing or getting or however, you have to do it, you know, before the 5th, I would say, because I think on the 5th it depends on when you signed up, the time that they charge it out again. So just that's what the sneak peeks are for and those kind of things, and then to see if that's what you'd like to do, or, you know, change it up or add something or however you want to do it. And then once you're a club member, you get 10% off the site. As soon as you log in, the 10% is already reflected in the prices that you see. So it's not something that comes off later in the checkout or anything like that. So super sweet things this month, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did put some of the dies on this magnetic sheet just to show you. So let me start off, I suppose, with the embossing folder, since I have it right here. And then we'll go through, and then I'll choose one of the sets to work with today. Probably something that's going to be a little quicker because we're going to go through everything, and that takes up quite a bit of time for this one video. So this is the embossing folder called Garden Path. Let's check this out for March. I do happen to know that this one is $9 a month to, you know, go in and be a member of the Spellbinders club kits. And since they created this, they've added it to the whole collection, like when you order the whole, I always forget the name of it. The Works? No, I think the Works might be something else. But anyway, when you pick up everything, like the whole collection, you get this in there. And there's no price change on that. Let's see, since they came out with this. And let me just measure it again, because I know it's a larger embossing folder, as you can see, which is really great. And the embossing folder itself is like 5 3/4 by 8 3/4, and you know, the lines of it kind of end a little bit smaller than that. But look how pretty! Oh, I love that big flower and then the little flowers there. Really cute, because you put your A2 size like this way, you'll have this kind of sticking out the side or at the top or however. Oh, look at that. Love their florals. They have such great designs. So cute. And then it ends with that same thing. So let's say you had a slim line in there, or a 5 by 7. And that's what's fun about this big size, is that you can move your paper around and get different images depending on the project. So that is the Garden Path. I think next I'll show you these guys, because I got to clear this off. And then we'll do the card kit last. So these are the small die, the large die, and the APG. The small die of the month is called Floating Bunny, and I went ahead and printed out the instructions. So, you know, even the embossing folder I showed you, it's going to come on a nice carrier and have some inspo, maybe some images or something for you to see, you know, kind of get inspiration from. Some things, if they need instructions, they will have instructions. So this is, mine's printed out in black and white because that's how I printed it, but this will be on the back of your carrier. And I don't know if you see the little floating bunny there. He's so cute. So it has that kinetic movement if you want it to, or you can just place him there. But the kinetic movement comes here from this part, right, with your foam tape, and then you put the little guy on there. And so that's what we're going to do. And look at that little bunny. He is so cute. Very much like the spring door bunny I picked up recently for the open house door set. So that's this here, and it might be hard to tell, but this is the bunny, and this is his little body parts. These are the other items that you can put on there, you know, a heart balloon, or a regular balloon, or an oval, or you have what makes like a swing. You have the clouds, and then the portion that makes the mechanism, basically a portion. And then you have swing into spring as the sentiment on that. Really cute. And then this one right here, hopefully, I don't know if you can tell already, but if you're familiar with Spellbinders, I'm going to hold this in a way that doesn't glare. I'm sorry, guys. It is called Kaleidoscope Floral Slimline, and it is this big slim line here. And again, yours will be on a carrier with some inspo. And I don't know if you can see these three guys here, they are not, they're taking up a space right now, but it's not that you would cut those out there. Let me see. I just placed them in there so I can show you better. But this guy and this guy and this guy are Kaleidoscope flowers. So if you're familiar with the Kaleidoscope lineup, this is the kind of thing they do. So you would cut this one, it's a thicker background, and this guy goes on top of that one, and then you can cut this third one in a different color and it goes on top of that, and it layers up really pretty. And then you can do 3 of those and pop them in here in the spaces that are pretty much there for that reason. So then you have a 4th color if you want, that background one. And then it also has some separate flowers. You can see these flowers in here. I mean, you guys, look at this die. Look at how intricate that is. I mean, and it has leaves too. But look at everything that's going on with this die in the background with the little image. I mean, this is just decked out. So pretty. I'll get a quick measurement of that for you guys. The die itself is about 8.5 inches long, and I would say 3.5 wide, which is great for what I consider a standard slimline. Love it. And then the APG is called Bella Ovalette. I suppose that's how I would pronounce it. And it's going off the page here because there's so much going on. It comes with little flowers. This is designed by Becca Feekin, of course. And usually when she does something like this, she always includes some kind of little flower. These are cinch and go flowers, so it cuts a little tiny hole in the center. So if you just want to glue it, you can do that. If you want to put like those little stamen centers, you can do that and pull it, and it just kind of cinches it up. Really cute. So there's some leaves, and then those 2 different flowers. Oh, look at this one. Look at the sweet little leaves, or petals. And then this guy is just, every layer has like a frame option if you want. So we have the outer die. Then this guy right here, it looks like an inlay, but it does have an edge, so it's going to cut its own edge, right? So we have this background or shadow. I always forget how to call those. Anyway, the outer edge, and then this guy cuts its own, and with that beautiful inlay pattern. Then you can leave it alone, right? You don't have to use any of these. You have that big matte layer. But we also have this die that if you paired them together, let's say these 2 together, now you have a frame. So the center will be cut out, but you still have that beautiful inlay with its edge cut out. And then from there you have an inlay, and again, I guess you could inlay that if you wanted to, or you can do it this way, right? We're going to cut that. Now we have that. If you want to pair it with this, now you have the frame, or it's just this, and then maybe you top it off with that guy, or you cut this from a different paper and put that on top of that, then put this one on top. I mean, there's just so many ways, down to the little oval at the bottom. So we have this guy, and that is an inlay, so it'll have a black outer shadow, and then the inlay. And then we have this little oval in the center again, if you just want to cut a piece of paper from that, or cut it into there to make another like frame type thing going on. So much in that one. Okay, I'm going to clear this off, and I'm going to show you the Glimmer and the clear stamp of the month. Sorry guys, real quick, you know, I'm going to measure this one. I realized I didn't for the APG because I thought it was kind of obvious. It's like a 5x7 type of a die, you know. So yeah, it's 7 inches where it's going to cut by 5. So perfectly 5x7 to mount on top of a 5x7. That's going to be really gorgeous. Okay, so this is the cutest thing. So this is the spring gnomes, and I'm going to see if I have something. No? This will work. The clear stamp of the month, which is a photopolymer stamp set. And look at the little lettering on this Easter. Happy spring, gnome kisses and spring wishes. We have like a little pennant or banner. Look at this. Oh my gosh, the little flower with the little butterfly kind of on there. Cute little balloon with like a little something fun on top. The flowers, carrots, okay, eggs, like little Easter eggs. And then look at the bunny ears, you guys, because guess what? You can dress these little guys up like bunnies. It's the cutest thing. So we have our little girl and our little dude there, little gnomes. And they're a good size. I'll just measure one right quick just so you have, he's about 2 3/4 inches tall, you know, and she's like 2.5. And so that is the clear stamp of the month. There's an option of clear stamp and die of the month, so it comes with the die that cuts literally everything on there. If you can see even the lettering, which I love that. I love dies for word stamps. That's really great. So we have that and all the other pieces there. And again, if you are a member that gets the whole everything for the month, you will have the dies at no extra charge from what it's always been. So it's really great. And then this is the Glimmer. So it's called Glimmer Edge Roses. And I don't know if you can see here. These feel so nice because they're Glimmer plates. They're like thick plates, right? Because they want to do the Glimmer. And then we have the die for the outside. So we have a rosebud. You can Glimmer. We have this beautiful rose kind of facing sideways. We have one facing forward. And then the dies to go along with those. And these beautiful leaves, dies, and then single leaves, I guess, and dies. And I believe this is the one for this month, the Glimmer. It does come with a new roll of foil every month. I always mention if you pick them up later on, like in a sale, you know, some of the older Glimmers, they do not come with the foil anymore. It's just the plates and the dies if it has plates and dies. Sometimes it's all plates or whatever. So this is the Glimmer foil in Aura. It's a beautiful gold. You can see it has like some really pretty properties to it. And let's look at the card kit of the month. This is Have a Springy Day. Sounds so cute. And honestly, I haven't looked at this, so like I have no idea. It sounds adorable. Oh my goodness. Look at this little, is that what the die? Oh yes, that's so awesome. Look at the characters here. I have a little sheep. Oh my gosh, and a little bow, how adorable. And these look like maybe the chipboard pieces or like the ephemera pieces. And another one, look at that little guy. He is just so cute, you guys, this year. I mean, he's just our new little buddy. So here we have card blanks. We have 10 card blanks and 10 envelopes. And this card blank feels different. Let me see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And maybe it's just, I mean, I'm assuming that's for every kit. This is from the previous kits. I don't know if you can see, it has like that texture. It looks kind of, I would say like checker, but you know, it goes down and across. And this one is a little smoother, and it looks like it's going one direction. Do you guys see that? I don't know, maybe it's just me. No, it is nice and thick still, so that's good. Same quality, I would say there. But I did notice it does feel different right off the bat. Okay, and then it comes with your foam adhesive, which is great, and your liner tape, again, for cards. You can just pop this on the back, you know, on your matte layers. It's great. Works really well for cards. Oh, look at the little, I would say glitter. This is not glitter. It's sequins. I love, I don't know if my camera's picking up how opalescent this is and how like, kind of like a creamy color it is. It's not white. It's almost like a yellow creamy color. How cute. And then I love that there's different sizes. I don't know if you can see this larger and then smaller. I love that because whenever you scatter them on a card, it looks nice to have a large and a couple smaller ones or however. We'll go through this in just a second. So this is the stamp set, and this is an acrylic stamp set where the stamp of the month is a photopolymer. This is acrylic. It just says, "Hey baby, may every day bring a new adventure. Love lives in the little things. Grow with the, oh, sorry. Yeah, I was like, grow with the flow. I'm like, that's not it. It's a pun. Yes, that's what it says, grow with the flow. It's a good day to have a great day. Hope this makes you smile. I mean, just lots of really sweet sentiments there. A little lammy there. Some little flowers and bows. Just a lot of cute little things. These are chipboard stickers. The big frame, and you can pop these guys out. This whole thing cuts out right here, so you'll have a frame plus these little bits that you can come out, bring out. Do small things with great love, a day full of happy moments, happiness is shared for you, grateful. The little arrow with the gold foiling, the little guy, so cute. And on this side we have another little bunny. I love these little bits, how cute. Smiles, lovely, little lammy. Our envelope, rainbow. We have gold glitter puff stickers. So these are puffy kind of foam with that on there. And as you can see in the packaging, very little glitter shed, if any at all, which is great because, you know, it would be all over this package. It's really going to come off. Okay, let's check this out. Our die cut or ephemera pack, however you want to look at it. I'm just going to bring some out. Well, and it's just literally, I mean, I think it's hundreds of things. There's 2 of each, and there's just tons of designs. So we have the little bunnies hugging. Be happy, be bright, be you. A little stamp that says special, little bow, little together, little houses, little nests. So cute. Little vase. Oh, that's a nicer size. Like a bigger heart there. And then we have little hanging basket. Just very springy. Lots of funny little, it says love. It looks like a little book maybe. flowers. I guess I can stop saying little because they're die cut pieces or ephemera. The little row of flowers. Of course, it says little still. Look at that. Oh, so cute. And some more characters. I would say little chicken. So cute. Then the watercolor flowers, which are going to be great to pop in here and there. See some foil kind of like leaves. I'll put this to the side for a moment. Butterflies and hearts and all kinds of fun things you can just tuck here and there. Have a Springy Day is our paper pack, and then I'll look at the dies. So have a Springy Day. You can kind of get an example there, or feel for the papers. These are layering weight papers, like type, a little thicker than type or printer paper. I always want to call it type. Geometric pattern. Oh, interesting. Look at this. They changed that up too. So it used to be one sheet of each and then it repeats again. So now we're having two at a time. So two at a time with kind of a yellow. It is yellow. It looks a little bit chartreuse. Maybe a little bit chartreuse. A little bit limey in there, but with the little hearts. And I'm holding it sideways just because I don't know why. The little clouds and the suns. That is so cute. Okay, I'm hoping not to skip any just because of the way it is now. The plaid pattern or gingham, I guess that's what I should say. Floral with a small, tight little floral in there with the little foil. Let's see here. Oh, look at this one. Do you see the little foil dots? How cute. So it's like a little bit mottled purple background and then the bows. Oh, the little... And I say little, I'm probably going to say it a million times in this video, but little jugs and vases holding bouquets with that beautiful blue background. I love this kind of pattern. It looks really cool. It really pops when you just have this and like your die cut pieces on top, you know, it just looks really great. So I love that with the black dots and the gold, or dots, like tick marks, kind of like a sketch look with the foil. Oh, gorgeous. Watercolor background. How pretty. And then this kind of watercolor rainbow with some sketched kind of lines. And then we have this one with the kind of a lilac look, right? Little flowers, little tiny ones. And then a very typical or kind of traditional print, no? Very cute, very country. Oh, look at that. Just kind of watercolored leaves in all different colors, and the blues and the greens. And this one has kind of like a very organic pattern to it. Kind of a light green, lime green. Little check pattern. Kind of interesting. That one's pretty cool. Looks like sketched also. Some worn wood with like a little pink tone to it. White with a little black again. Really makes, I love this kind of thing. Really makes other items pop there. We have that little background. This will be really sweet with the our little swinging bunny, right? So cute. Water cans. Adorable. And a last watercolor floral. It's like a smaller print. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Let's look at these little guys. And you know, these are nice sizable dies, so I think they're gonna work up nice and quick. And I have heard for that from you guys that you would like a little bit larger kind of paper piece dies. And so we have, I was gonna say a cloud. I guess it could be a cloud, but this is the little hair for our sheep, if you make him into a sheep. And then, okay, so we have our face, again, whichever animal you want to create with that. Some of this looks like bunny rabbit pieces and some other pieces. We will see. Maybe this is the bunny rabbit pieces. Again, I have the instructions there on the back of the inspo. And then we have, oh, this is so cute. The word hello, and it has like a little stem, so you put the little flower at the end of it, and it's one piece. That is adorable. And then our little bow. Of course, you can put wherever you like. That's going to be really great. I'm probably going to make both characters. We need to see both babies in real life. And let's put this over to the side. And these are the papers. Again, oh, that awesome gold paper. It is double-sided. You know, I'll try to link a pack to just this gold paper because they do have some, I believe, that's single-sided, but definitely the double-sided one is my favorite. I'm going to try to fan this out for you guys, and then we will start playing with some of the the new club kits. So we have a light pink, and then that other one's a little deeper. They do have names for each of these colors, you know, Spellbinders does. This is more of a coral pink, lavender, a brighter yellow, green, light blue, white, black, and that awesome gold paper. So a few changes in the club kit this month as far as, you know, kind of the way that the paper's set up and the card bases. Really cool. So what I'm going to do is just clear everything off here, and we will try out some of the dies. Okay guys, I think today we're going to use the clear stamp of the month along with its dies. So let's get right to it. I guess I can say hop right to it if you want to be a little more punny. I'm just using some marker paper because I'll be coloring them in with alcohol ink markers. Soft watercolor would be really sweet, especially with this kind of design. And generally the dies cut right close to the edge of these images, but I'll put this little guy down. And since we haven't used it yet, it does have like a sticky dispersion layer on it. Again, I mentioned in the past that I never do it, but you can either really take your ink pad and rub to rub that off. You can wipe it off. You can stamp a few times to make sure you're getting that off before you go to do your project. However you want to do that. I'm just going to go for it with a thin line stamp like this. A lot of times it just works the first time. So I'm going to stamp her, I'm going to stamp him out, and a couple accessory pieces from the set here, and along with a sentiment, and I'll be right back. I did stamp with a hybrid ink. This happens to be the Jane Davenport Squid ink in the black color. And what do they call this one? Cave Black. But either way, okay, so and I'm just going to color them in. So, you know, I'm just going to take a moment and color in. I believe those are their little hands right here. So a little something here. And you know me, when it's something small like this, I'm only doing 2 colors to blend with. Generally we use 3, but I figure such a small area. So we'll color in the little noses, and I'll actually add a little bit more here to make it look more round again. And the little hands. I generally don't leave my markers open, but since this is such a small area, I don't mind kind of going back in there. Again, if I need to. There we go. And same thing for him. Let's see, this one. So I'll do the same thing. Just color in the little hands and everything. That one's a little bit dry. I might have to redo that one. Yep, gotta rejuvenate that pen. Okay, and then the hands and all that. You know, just going through with a little bit of color. The little ears. I made 2 ears that are flopped over and 2 that are straight up, but then you can do a mixture, like if each bunny or each character had one up and one down. That's so cute. But I did pairs today. So I will just go in and color things in. I might leave one bunny with little white ears. And what happens when I do that is I'll take like a gray. I'll do gray for this one, but a very light gray. And just kind of give it a little bit of a shadow so that we know it's just that it's a white fur on that. Okay, I'll continue coloring everything and I'll be back. the coloring. Look how cute. I just put a little line here to make it look like, you know, her little head, just kind of giving it that rounding there. And we're just going to cut our pieces out. So let me grab the pieces I need. Oh, and I colored the balloon to look kind of like a carrot, even though it has pink dots, because I thought it was so cute with that little top, so I made it look like a carrot. Okay, so I'm just going to line these up, and these are pretty easy to just see through and see what you need to do. So, let's see here. I even have my wording. Let me see if it goes this way. Yeah, so cute. Okay, and our little gal. Again, I'll just, you know, obviously tape these so they don't move. And I'll probably run it through just the way it is, the whole thing. Maybe I'll cut it down just a little bit, but, and run everything through at once, unless, let me see, about there, maybe a little this way. Maybe a little more this way. I usually try to put the tape a little bit on the outside, not so much on what I colored, but still holding on. So I'll do that one. Oh, we got a little glitter under there. Tape that down. Let me see how this guy looks. Whenever I have something that has like something thin like that, you can see actually right through really well. Sometimes I'll make an aperture just to make sure I'm cutting it really well, but I can see very well where we're cutting, so that's great. So yeah, I'll just tape down the different pieces and get them run through, and I will be right back. So I have that cut out. I'll run it one more time through to get my other little bunny ear, but there's all our pieces basically ready to go. Oh my goodness, let's look at this little cutie. Look at that, so cute. And I'm also, I cut down, I'm going to make this an A2 size card, so I have one of the Spellbinders card bases. I have this piece of light blue pearlescent cardstock that I am going to run through. It's cut down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 1/8. Yeah, that's right. I said the wrong numbers, but those are the right numbers. And, you know, again, you can see, like, what do you want to select? This is just kind of in the background, and you know what, maybe I'll put it there so that, like I had said, the little flowers. And sometimes with paper like this, you can spray it with water if you think that you need to break up the fibers a little bit. I'm just going to try to run it through and see what happens there. So it's this, the platform, if you're using this kind of machine, and then the plate. I just want you to notice, I've been using this for a while. It has not really bowed. It is well cut. As you can see, I've been cutting into this one plate for a very long time, and then I haven't used this plate. I just used this one for the sandwich. So I haven't cut into this plate, but it does get some marks sometimes, as you can see there, just from, you know, the pressure. But I don't cut into this one, and it's been great. I just flip this one over here and there and however, whenever I need it. And it's been working really well. So let me get this through here and we'll see. Again, this is a bit thicker paper. I'm doing it slowly so that my camera doesn't shake too much. Ooh. Let's see what we got. Look at that. And I am orienting my card this way, I think. Actually, I hadn't really planned on that, but it could be either way. I mean, however. But if you want a certain direction, just turn your paper that way. So pretty. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so we have our card base, we have this beautiful piece. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down, and then all our pieces, look at this. And I just eyeballed that right, and look how perfectly it cut. Love it. So I'm going to put this down. And then I cut a little piece of paper out of some green cardstock to look like what they're standing on, I suppose. And we can just put them on the paper, that'd be cute too, but I'm going to put them on like a little hill, or just have a little background to them. Actually, I should put some glue here and there too. And this piece of paper is cut 4 1/8, so it's the same width, by like 2 or 2.5 inches. I don't remember right now. Oh, I guess I can check. 2 inches. And I'm just going to take and see how much do I want. Let's see our little characters. They're down here. Okay. So I'm just going to take this and just, you know, you can make it a little hill and valley or whatever it is that you want, or maybe just do a little smoother. As you can see, I have a little weird bump there. Maybe we can flatten that out. Let's see. Yeah, why not? And I'm not even sure who's holding this yet. Maybe her? Okay, so we have that. We have our little sentiment. Okay, so something like that. What I want to do is just take my little characters and see who gets what ears. I think I was going to put these on him. Cute. And these on her. Actually, I could even leave that. So I was wondering about that. If you want to make like little shadows for where the ears come out, you can definitely do that, plan ahead, you know, and do that. So when you put the little ears, you have those little areas. Let me think about where I want to put these little ears and who gets which ones, and I'll be right back. So I think I'm going to put, I was going to, I was switching out the ears, but I remembered I kind of wanted him to match his little beard and everything, so there we are. And so I'm just going to put a little glue at the very base of the ear, and that way if we want to give it a little movement, we can do that. And do you want them right center to each other, a little bit moved over, wherever it is you want to place them will be very cute. Oh, let me move this one down a little bit. And I'll do the same thing with her little ears, just put some glue and glue them down. Okay, so we have our little characters, and we'll pop on the balloon in just a minute. Suppose I'll just put this straight down. I was going to pop this up and pop up the characters. Whatever it is that you want to do will be great, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and put that down flat. And of course our characters will have little dimensions, so I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of them, and I'll be right back. So I haven't taken them off, I just want to see where they were at. I just put some dimensionals on the back there. This little one and this little guy. So cute. And on this one I put one dimension on the back, but I'm going to glue this bottom part to her hand, so it has a little dimension itself, right? Here. And then we have our sentiment. We're going to stick that right up there. We could also run this through the embossing folder, or any embossing folder, or give it a little texture. But I want it to be a little flatter so that the back pops. Aww, and there's our sweet card. Thanks for watching, guys. Going through all the new club kits, and keep an eye out. I will continue with some fun tutorials on the others, and I'll have links in the description box. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.